Today I'm going to teach you about the zero product property. So let's say I have an equation, x minus 2 times x plus 3, and I say that equals to 0. I'm going to give you a few moments to try and figure this out. Okay, so you might have, multiplied them out, I don't know, whatever. But the key idea or the thing you have to realize is that the left-hand side equals 0, right? And okay, now what I want you to think of is two numbers. We'll call them A and B. And when I multiply them, I get 0. I want you to think of I want you to think of a number multiplied by a number that would equal 0. And if you thought about it for a while, you will realize that in order for this to be true, in order for AB to be 0, either A or B or both has to be equal to 0. So either A or B equals 0 or both A and B equals to 0. I want to I want to emphasize this. This is going to be very important because there is no number that when you multiply it with 0, you will get something other than 0. If you don't believe me, try it. Try something, call it x, multiply it out by 0, and and I want you to try and find a number that will not equal 0. It's going to take a while. In fact, it's never going to happen. All right? So, if we know that either one of these has to be equal to 0, then what can we say about this what can we say about this stuff in orange? Well, we can say that either x minus 2 equals to 0 or x plus 3 equals to 0. Or both, but that's kind of impossible, right? So either x minus 2 equals to 0 or x plus 3 equals 0. So let's 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 solve for x. Let's solve for the x values that make this equation. Let's solve for the x values that make this equation right here, this equation equal to 0. So you take you take both of these equations, x minus 2 equals 0 and x plus 3 equals to 0, and then you just solve for x. So for this one, for the stuff highlighted in blue or underlined in blue, you'll get x minus 2 and then add 2 to both sides. Then you'll get x equals to 2. And then for the stuff underlined in green, you'll get x plus 3 equals to 0. So then you minus 3 on both sides to solve for x. Remember, you have to keep it equal. That's algebra. It has to be equal. And then you will get x equals to negative 3. So what can I say about this one? If this question was asking solve for x, well, what would my answer be? Well, my answer would be either x equals 2 or x equals 3. And that is what I would put on the exam paper. And that's what you should put as well. So that is the zero product property. Let's do some more problems. So we have this question here, solve for x, and we have 5x plus 6 times 2x plus 3 equals 0. So using our knowledge from the last question, from the last problem, can you solve for x? Alright, so it's the same thing as last time, just a little more complicated. So we have 2x plus 3, and we have 5x plus 6. So this means that either 5x plus 6 equals 0 or 2x plus 3 equals to 0. Because remember, if you want to multiply two numbers to get 0, if you want to multiply two numbers to get 0, one or both of the numbers has to be equal to 0. And I want you to remember this like your life depends on it. I want you to remember this statement. This is going to be very important later on in algebra once you start getting more advanced. Anyway, so now that we have, I believe, firmly established this zero product property, let's solve this. So we get 5x plus 6 equals 0 or 2x plus 3 equals 0. So then let's solve for x. 5x equals negative 6, and therefore x would be equal to negative 6 over 5, or, let me do it here, yeah, or 2x, so we go here from this section, 2x is equal to negative 3, minus 3 on both sides, and then we get x is equal to negative 3 halves, negative 3 over 2, yeah, negative 3 over 2, yep, and that would be our final answer. Okay, I hope you guys have gotten used to the zero product property. I hope you understand the zero product property, most importantly. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.